A route card is a document used by hill walkers to aid navigation and route planning. The route is broken down into discrete legs or stages, as shown by these black arrows. Care must be taken in using a route card designed by others, as one navigation error could lead to a dangerous situation. You still need to be able to navigate. However, the route card is a useful summary of the walk. Here we see a route card which I have started for a walk from Pearse's Castle to Leitrim Lodge in the Mourne Mountains. The key point about a route card is the offset shown at this point here, which will give the detail of the section between the first location where we start and the next stage. So if we start to complete this route card, it will become obvious. You may need to stop this presentation at various points to examine the detail, and also the route card must be drawn, of course, in conjunction with the Ordnance Survey map. So here we fill in the starting point of the walk, Leitrim Lodge car park, and we put in the second point which we've taken as track or meet. The third point is a track junction, some of these were just made up, a track bend, Tív Dara, which is a mountain, and Boggy Point. So we've taken these 6 locations to start. So we need to fill in some detail. Leitrim Lodge car park is at 170 metres above sea level, and its grid reference is given here. And similarly for the next sections, we fill in the height above sea level and the grid reference, and so on as we complete these 6 points. Now at this stage I have enough information to start. The next step is the most important one. We want to determine the bearing or feature that we need to do to take to get from Leitrim Lodge car park to where the track and wall meet. So it's a track southeast. It's clearly on the map. And this next section is also a track southeast going south. And then there's a track at 245 degrees. And from the track bend to Tív Dara, again 245 degrees. And from Tív Dara to the Boggy Point we follow the wall, but we've shown the bearing at 129, so we're going the right direction. We can then fill in the pace at which we feel we will walk. So this is quite a good track. We'll walk at 4 km/h for these sections. However, the ground is very boggy here, so therefore we'll slow the pace down to 3 km/h. Then we start to fill in our distance in metres as determined from the map and the scale of the map. So the first section from Leitrim Lodge car park to where the track and wall meet is 1100 metres. The next section 1250. The track bend is to the 400. To Tív Dara is 600 metres, and to Boggy Point is 1 kilometre. We also want to ascertain the altitude that we will climb. So we're going to climb 100 metres on the first section and 160 metres on the second section. The next section is level. The next section is we climb 53 metres, and the next section is falling, so we were showing 0 degrees here. The section in red here, then we can start to fill in or calculate our times for these sections. So using the Naismith rule, we can determine that 1100 metres distance at 4 km/h will take us 17 minutes. And similarly for the next section, 19 minutes, 6 minutes for 400 metres at 4 km/h, 12 minutes for 600 metres at 3 km/h, and 20 minutes for a kilometre, 3 km/h. So then we fill in the part with the height time. This is quite simply 1 minute for every 10 metres climbed. So you can see 10 minutes here, 16, 0, 5 and 0 again. And then on the final column we start to add these things up. So we got 17 and 10 is 27, 35 and so on. So we continue our route card, which I will now speed up a little bit. However, don't forget that you can stop it at any time to examine what's going on, and remember also that this is done in conjunction with the map. So I fill in each stage now quite quickly to let you see all of the detail, and we build up a picture of the entire walk. And then finally we can see the total distance for the walk, 3.5 hours. And this is what the walk will look like, so maybe all of this work is worthwhile.